I'm Kristen, this is Megan, and we own Lathered Cleaning Company.
So we knew where we wanted to go, but it's funny now looking back, we had absolutely no idea how to get there. We didn't know how to build what we were dreaming of. See, I think as much as we may not have admitted it, it was tiring just getting by. Like, there was months where we didn't know. It wasn't that we were worried we couldn't pay our staff, but there was no guarantee. Kristen would look at numbers every single day to be like, oh, whew, it's there. And our employees got paid. And then when there was some left, we would take it. But we had no way of knowing, more short of being 3 days before payroll, we had no way of knowing if that was a possibility.
And so it's funny because we did actually take afternoons and we went to the gym sometimes, and we did a lot of other things, but we also weren't building the life we're going to be able to build. When I'm going to say finally decided to sign up with Greg, we did chat with him a couple months before we actually, maybe closer to a year before we actually signed on. And we thought we knew a lot more than turns out we did. So by the time it kind of came to chatting with him again, I feel like we had bigger questions and more things happening where we didn't know how to deal with it or what the answers were.
Yeah, and we spoke with some other business coaches, and then looking in hindsight, they're more of that life coach feel. We needed somebody to push us past what we could already do and dream, and he wanted to know what our goals were, but he was going to tell us how to find out if we could get there. And it was scary. And that whole get scary thing is what got us into business in the first place. And we weren't about to turn back from that. So I think that's what immediately attracted us to Greg.
Some of the bigger milestones that we've reached are definitely our revenue goals. We wanted to be able to make a certain revenue, but part of doing that, we just wanted to hit that revenue. We didn't realize that there were things like gross margins and net profits, and it made a difference as to what we made didn't matter so much. So I think now, just even in pricing our clients, it's not what everybody else is doing. It's what we have to do, and it's I think we're able to operate with a lot more integrity because we can charge what's right for us instead of what other people out there are charging.
Yeah, we used to just kind of thought we needed a bunch of clients to fill our schedule, and that would be the answer. And with no rhyme or reason as to why we were doing it, other than the fact that we're busy, so things they'll work out. We're hard workers. There's no, we're never looking for an easy way out. So we just figured if we worked hard enough, but Greg just sort of put the smarter to our harder.
And another big one is franchising. That was a huge milestone when we could actually sit down and have papers for a franchise and know what we were selling and be able to help other people succeed as well. That was a huge milestone for us.
And knowing what we're talking about, it's crazy. People ask us questions and we just blurt out these answers, and we'll be done a meeting. If it's on the phone or whatever, and we just kind of look at each other. I'm like, we sound grown up. But we're not. I never it's fun. it's good to know what you're talking about, and it's empowering for sure.
Life has gotten easier. I feel like all of the systems that we've put into place and you guys have helped us put into place has been amazing. But at the end of the day, I can actually shut the phone off, shut my computer down. I can spend more time with my husband and my kids, and I don't have to sit and think about, did I book that appointment? Did I do that? Did I answer this client? It all has systems, so I know that every step has happened, or if it hasn't happened, it's still sitting where it needs to sit, so I can go back the next day and make sure it gets to that next step. The systems have saved us.
And brought in the right people to help us with them too. When we call it our family, we mean it. Our employees they don't feel that way. I mean, they know that, we're gonna pay them and we have to want to employ them and that sort of thing, but it really brought things together. So when I am working, there's good days and bad days, I guess. But I like the people that I work with, and I like that they appreciate us and what we've built, and that they're lucky to be a part of it. And in turn, I feel the exact same way. I appreciate what they do, and I feel lucky to be a part of it.
I can't imagine if we would have just signed on the first time we talked. I couldn't imagine where we'd be now. We'd be different people. So everything happens for a reason. But yeah, sign up, do it fast.